Hello and welcome to This Week at the General Assembly. In today's program, we'll discuss sales tax changes, the NC Bond Act of 2015, as well as the remaining legislative schedule for the 2015 session. Remember, you can find more information on any of the items we discuss here by visiting www.ncacc.org. Let's begin this week's show with Senate Bill 605, a new version of legislation that makes a variety of changes to tax laws rolled out in the House Finance Committee on September 23rd. It contains changes to local sales taxes, giving counties additional revenue options. The bill expands the eligible uses of an existing sales tax that is in place in only a handful of counties and that can only be used to support public transit projects. The change would allow counties to use proceeds from this tax for educational purposes, making it a useful source of revenue for all 100 counties. It also increases an existing local sales tax from 1/4 to 1/2 cent. Both of these changes would require a local referendum vote of the people to be enacted. The bill passed the House Finance Committee, and the first two required House floor votes. The state constitution requires that the second vote must be on a separate day. If Senate Bill 605 passes the House, the Senate could approve the changes with a single vote. The Senate's decision not to agree with the changes would put the legislation into a committee of legislators from both chambers to negotiate the differences. With the legislature's stated intent to adjourn by the middle of the week of September 28th and the requirement for votes on separate days, it will be a challenge for this legislation to be completed before the end of the legislative session. On September 24th, the Senate voted to approve House Bill 943, Connect NC Bond Act of 2015. This is a bill authorizing the first statewide bond referendum since 2000. The $2 billion bond package would go before voters for a referendum during the next primary election on March 15, 2016. If approved, the bond would provide funds for construction, repair, and renovation projects at various University of North Carolina system campuses, community colleges, state parks, agriculture, and public safety facilities, as well as local water and sewer systems and the North Carolina Zoo. The bond includes a total of $350 million for projects at all 58 community colleges and $309 million for water and sewer loans and grants. The House is scheduled to vote on the Senate's changes September 28th. If approved, the legislation will go to the governor for his signature. The House and Senate have approved a compromise version of House Bill 117 NC Competes Act. This bill expands various economic development and incentive programs across the state. The bill extends the state's Job Development Investment Grant Program to 2019 and increases the annual statutory cap to $20 million, except for the remainder of this calendar year, where the cap is $35 million. The bill also authorizes additional funds for high-yield projects, where a company plans to invest at least $500 million and create at least 1,750 jobs. The legislation amends JDIG award calculations, including an expansion of the job creation requirements in Tier 3 counties from 20 jobs to 50. House Bill 117 also changes local match requirements for the 1NC Fund, which provides resources to local governments for economic development. In Tier 1 counties, the match is now 3 state dollars for 1 local dollar. In Tier 2 counties, it is 2 state dollars for 1 local dollar, and an even 1-to-1 local dollar match for Tier 3 counties. Both chambers approved the compromise plan, and the bill is now on the governor's desk. Legislation making several changes to elections and campaign finance laws has passed both chambers and is awaiting the governor's signature. House Bill 373 sets all primaries on March 15, 2016, accommodating the wish of supporters for North Carolina to have an earlier presidential primary, but not burdening counties with the cost of 2 primary elections. Other concerns with double primaries were the possibility of lower turnout for non-presidential election and confusion with possible overlap of timing for candidate filing, absentee voting, and early voting. Candidates may file to run for office from December 1st through December 21st, 2015. A candidate must be registered to vote with a party for at least 75 days before filing as a member of that party. Any needed second primary will be on May 3rd if it does not involve a federal election, and on May 24th if it is a federal seat. With the state legislature planning to adjourn by September 30th to return next year on April 25th, look for our final 2015 This Week at the General Assembly soon. Well, that's all the highlights we have for this week's show. If you'd like more information on any of the topics we've discussed here, please visit www.ncacc.org. There you can find more information on the topics we've discussed here, subscribe to our legislative bulletin, or follow us on social media. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.